Welcome to Pages to Prosperity. Today we are reading The Art of Strategic Thinking, Strategies for Everyday Victory. This isn't just another self-help guide. It's your blueprint for mastering one of life's most powerful skills, the ability to think strategically. Whether you're handling tough decisions, chasing ambitious goals, or looking to gain an edge in your personal and professional life, strategic thinking is your secret weapon. In this audiobook, we'll dive into what it means to think strategically, break down real-world examples, and equip you with actionable tools to tackle challenges head-on. This is about more than just theory. It's about giving you a practical roadmap to move from where you are now to where you truly want to be. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. It's time to unlock your potential and take control of your future with the art of strategic thinking. Introduction. Strategic thinking is more than just planning ahead. It's about connecting the dots between your actions today and the outcomes you want tomorrow. It's the skill of seeing both the big picture and the finer details, enabling you to make thoughtful decisions in times of uncertainty. What is strategic thinking? At its core, strategic thinking is about being intentional. It's the ability to step back, analyze a situation, and craft a plan that moves you closer to your goals. Whether it's tackling a career challenge, solving a complex problem, or making personal decisions, strategic thinking helps you stay focused on the long game. Think of it as mapping out a journey. Tactical thinking is choosing the best road to take today. Strategic thinking is deciding where you want to go, why you want to go there, and what you need for the trip. Why is strategic thinking important? Life throws constant distractions and unexpected twists our way. Without a strategic approach, it's easy to get stuck reacting to problems instead of proactively shaping your future. Strategic thinking shifts your mindset from reactive to proactive. It gives you the tools to anticipate challenges before they arise, stay focused on your goals amid uncertainty, make decisions that align with your long-term vision. When you think strategically, you stop being a passenger in life and start driving with purpose. Chapter 1. Understanding strategic thinking. Strategic thinking versus tactical thinking. Tactical thinking is about immediate actions, what you do in the moment. Strategic thinking, however, is the broader plan guiding those actions. Consider this analogy. Tactical thinking is like choosing the best route during a road trip. Strategic thinking is planning the entire journey, including the destination, stops, and purpose. Let's dispel some common myths. First myth. Strategic thinking is only for leaders. Reality, everyone can benefit, from students planning their studies to parents managing a household. Second myth, strategic thinking is complicated. Reality, it's about clarity and focus, not complexity. The role in decision-making. Effective decision-making requires seeing beyond the immediate outcome. Strategic thinkers weigh short-term wins against long-term consequences, ensuring their actions align with their ultimate goals. Chapter 2. The Foundations of Strategic Thinking. Strategic thinking doesn't just happen. It's built on a solid foundation. To think strategically, you need 3 key ingredients: vision, analysis, and planning. 1. Vision. Seeing the big picture. Picture yourself standing on a mountain. From up there, you can see where you're going, the obstacles in your path, and even alternative routes. That's what vision is all about. Clarity on what you want to achieve and the ability to see beyond what's right in front of you. Without vision, you're like a driver with no destination, just burning fuel and going in circles. Ask yourself, what's my ultimate goal? Why does it matter? That's what vision is all about. Clarity on what you want to achieve and the ability to see beyond what's right in front of you. Without vision, you're like a driver with no destination, just burning fuel and going in circles. Ask yourself, what's my ultimate goal? Why does it matter? 2. Analysis. Understanding the details. While vision is about the big picture, analysis zooms in on the specifics. What resources do you have? What challenges are ahead? Who can help you, and what might stand in your way? Strategic thinkers love asking questions and digging for answers. It's not about being paranoid or overthinking. It's about being prepared. A simple tool like a SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, can work wonders here. A good plan is clear and flexible. It answers, what needs to happen? Who's involved? What's the timeline? The mindset of a strategic thinker. Strategic thinking is as much about mindset as it is about skills. Here's what sets strategic thinkers apart. They focus on solutions, not problems. Instead of getting stuck on what's wrong, they ask, what's the next step? They stay curious. Strategic thinkers never stop learning. They read, observe, and stay open to new ideas. They don't let emotions take over. Let's be real. Life throws curveballs. Strategic thinkers feel the emotions, sure, but they don't let fear or frustration cloud their judgment. Emotional intelligence, the transformative factor. Here's the truth. You can have the best plan in the world, but if you can't manage your emotions or understand others, you're in trouble. Emotional intelligence, EQ, helps you stay calm under pressure, read people's intentions and motives, and build trust and influence. Want to boost your EQ? Start by practicing empathy. Listen without interrupting. Try to see things from someone else's perspective. It's simple, but it works. Wrap up for Chapter 2. Strategic thinking starts with strong foundations. It's about having a clear goal, understanding your situation, and building a solid plan. Couple that with the right mindset and emotional intelligence, and you'll have the tools to tackle anything life throws your way. Ready to start analyzing situations like a pro? Let's move on to Chapter 3, Analyzing the Situation. Chapter 3, Analyzing the Situation. A good strategy starts with a deep understanding of the situation. You can't build a plan if you don't know the terrain, the players, or the challenges. Think of this chapter as sharpening your detective skills, because the better you understand your situation, the smarter your strategy will be. Why analysis matters. Ever tried solving a puzzle without looking at the picture on the box? That's what strategy without analysis feels like. Random guesses and a lot of frustration. Strategic thinkers don't rely on guesswork. They gather facts, identify patterns, and build a clear picture of what's going on. Here's the good news. You don't need to be a genius to analyze situations effectively. You just need the right tools and a curious mind. Techniques for situational analysis. First, SWOT analysis. One of the simplest and most effective tools. Ask yourself, strengths, what's working in your favor? Weaknesses, what might hold you back? Opportunities, what's out there waiting to be seized? Threats, what could derail your efforts? Example, if you're launching a small business, your strengths might be your expertise and passion. A weakness could be limited funds. Opportunities could include a growing market, while threats might be tough competition. Second, PESTLE analysis. This tool helps you look at external factors that could influence your strategy. Think of it as scanning the horizon for storms or sunny skies. The categories are: political, are new laws or regulations on the way? Economic, what's the current financial climate? Social, what trends or behaviors are shifting? Technological, are new tools or innovations disrupting your field? Legal, are there any compliance issues you need to address? Environmental, are there sustainability or climate concerns? 3. The power of asking questions. Don't underestimate the value of a good question. Here are a few that can unlock valuable insights. What's the root cause of this problem? What's the worst-case scenario, and how can I prepare for it? Who has solved a similar challenge before, and what can I learn from them? The role of data and research. Let's face it, instincts are great, but they're not always enough. Data is your ally when it comes to strategic thinking. Whether it's sales figures, customer feedback, or industry reports, data helps you make informed decisions. How to use data wisely. Don't drown in information. Focus on what's relevant. Look for patterns and trends rather than isolated events. Always ask, what does this mean for my strategy? Sometimes the answers are right in front of you. Watch how people behave, what they value, and where they struggle. Conversations. Talk to stakeholders, team members, customers, or mentors. Fresh perspectives can reveal things you missed. Research platforms. Use online tools, industry reports, or even social media to gather insights. Avoiding analysis paralysis. Here's a trap many people fall into. They overanalyze and never take action. Strategic thinkers know when to stop researching and start doing. Ask yourself, do I have enough information to move forward? Can I refine my approach as I go? Remember, the goal is progress, not perfection. Wrap up for Chapter 3. Analyzing the situation is like preparing for a journey. The more you know about the road ahead, the better your chances of reaching your destination. But don't overthink it. Collect the information you need and then move forward confidently. Next, we'll look at how to turn this analysis into a winning plan in Chapter 4, Crafting a Strategic Plan. Chapter 4, Crafting a Strategic Plan. Now that you've analyzed the situation, it's time to create a roadmap for success. This chapter is all about taking the insights you've gathered and turning them into a plan that's clear, actionable, and adaptable. Think of it like designing a house. You need a solid blueprint before you start building. Start with clear objectives. The first step in crafting any strategy is to define your goals. Vague objectives like be successful or improve won't cut it. You need goals that are concrete and measurable. The SMART framework. A useful way to set goals is to make them specific. What exactly do you want to achieve? Measurable. How will you know when you've succeeded? Achievable. Is the goal realistic given your resources and constraints? Relevant. Does this goal align with your overall vision? Time-bound. What's your deadline? Example. Instead of saying, I want to grow my business, say, I want to increase revenue by 20% in the next 6 months through online marketing. Break it down. Milestones and steps. Big goals can feel overwhelming. The trick is to break them into smaller, manageable steps. Think of milestones as checkpoints on your journey. For example, goal, write a book. Milestone 1, research and outline the book, weeks 1 to 2. Milestone 2, write the first draft, weeks 3 to 8. Milestone 3, edit and revise, weeks 9 to 10. Milestone 4, publish and promote, weeks 11 to 12. Breaking it down like this not only makes the goal more achievable, but also keeps you motivated as you hit each milestone. Add creativity to your strategy. Strategic thinking isn't just logical, it's creative. Some of the best strategies come from thinking outside the box. How to spark creativity? Challenge assumptions. What if the normal way isn't the best way? Brainstorm freely. Write down every idea, even the crazy ones. You can filter later. Collaborate. Get input from others. Different perspectives often lead to innovative solutions. Example. If your competition is targeting the same customers with similar products, consider offering something completely unique or targeting a niche they've overlooked. Build flexibility into your plan. Even the best plans can hit roadblocks. That's why flexibility is a must. A good strategy isn't set in stone. It's more like a tree, solid but able to bend with the wind. How to stay flexible? Plan for what-ifs. Think about potential challenges and how you'd respond. Review regularly. Check in on your progress and adjust as needed. Stay open to change. If something isn't working, don't be afraid to pivot. The role of communication. No plan will succeed if the people involved don't understand it. Whether it's your team, your clients, or even yourself, clear communication is key. Tips for communicating your plan. Be clear and concise. Focus on the essentials. Avoid overloading people with details. Use visuals. Diagrams, timelines, or charts can make complex strategies easier to grasp. Encourage feedback. Make it a two-way conversation. Other people's insights can strengthen your plan. Wrap up for Chapter 4. A strong strategic plan bridges the gap between where you are and where you want to go. By setting clear goals, breaking them into steps, and staying adaptable, you'll create a plan that's not only actionable, but also resilient. Now that you've got your plan in place, the next step is putting it into action. Let's dive into Chapter 5, Implementing Your Strategy. Chapter 5, Implementing Your Strategy. A plan on paper is just an idea. It doesn't become a strategy until you act on it. Implementation is where the magic happens. It's about turning your vision into reality, step by step. This chapter will help you bridge the gap between planning and doing. Start strong. The first steps matter. Think of the first steps in your strategy as the foundation of a house. If they're shaky, everything else can crumble. Begin with small, clear actions that set the tone for progress. Example, if your strategy involves launching a business, the first step might be registering your company or creating a prototype. Small wins build momentum and confidence. Key elements of effective implementation. 1. Prioritize and focus. Not all tasks are created equal. Identify the actions that will have the biggest impact and tackle those first. This is often called the 80-20 rule. 80% of results come from 20% of efforts. Ask yourself, which tasks are mission critical? What can be delegated or delayed? 2. Keep communication flowing. If other people are involved, clear communication is everything. Your team needs to know what's expected, why it matters, and how their work fits into the bigger picture. Pro tips. Hold regular check-ins to ensure everyone is on the same page. Use tools like project management software to track progress and share updates. 3. Anticipate roadblocks. No strategy goes perfectly according to plan. Problems will arise. It's a given. The good news is that many obstacles can be anticipated and addressed before they become major issues. Prepare by asking, what's the worst that could happen? What resources or backups can I put in place now? Example, if you're launching a new product, anticipate potential delays in manufacturing or shipping and have alternative suppliers ready to step in. 4. Track your progress. Think of implementation as a journey. You need to stop periodically and check your map to make sure you're still heading in the right direction. How to track effectively. Set measurable milestones. Use tools like dashboards, timelines, or key performance indicators, KPIs. Be honest about what's working and what isn't. Staying motivated. Let's face it, executing a strategy can sometimes feel like running a marathon. The excitement of planning fades and the grind of execution sets in. Here's how to stay motivated. Celebrate small wins. Every milestone reached is progress. Acknowledge it. Keep the vision alive. Remind yourself why this strategy matters. Revisit your goals regularly. Surround yourself with support. Lean on a mentor, a team, or even a friend to keep you accountable. Making adjustments along the way. Flexibility isn't just for planning. It's essential during execution too. No matter how well prepared you are, surprises will happen. The key is to adapt without losing sight of your ultimate goal. How to adjust without overhauling. Revisit your goals. Are they still relevant? Shift resources. If one part of your strategy isn't working, focus on another. Learn and iterate. Treat mistakes as feedback, not failures. Wrap up for Chapter 5. Implementing a strategy is where all the groundwork pays off. By staying focused, communicating clearly, and being ready to adapt, you'll turn your plans into tangible results. Next, we'll tackle the inevitable challenges and obstacles in Chapter 6, Overcoming Challenges. Chapter 6, Overcoming Challenges. Even the best-laid plans can hit rough patches. Challenges are part of the journey, but they don't have to derail your strategy. In this chapter, we'll explore how to anticipate, face, and overcome obstacles while staying focused on your goals. Understanding challenges, the good and the bad. Here's a surprising truth. Challenges aren't all bad. They force you to think creatively, adapt, and grow stronger. The key is not letting them overwhelm you. Instead, view them as opportunities to refine your approach. Common obstacles in strategy execution. Resistance to change from yourself or others. Limited resources, whether time, money, or manpower. Unexpected external events, like economic shifts or new competitors. Fatigue or loss of motivation during long-term projects. Mindset. Resilience is key. When faced with challenges, your mindset matters more than anything else. People who view obstacles as temporary and solvable are more likely to overcome them. How to build resilience. Focus on solutions. Instead of dwelling on the problem, ask, what's one thing I can do to move forward? Learn from setbacks. Treat mistakes as lessons. What went wrong and how can you prevent it next time? Practice patience. Big wins often come after many small adjustments. Stay the course. Tactics for tackling challenges. 1. Prepare for resistance. People often resist change because it feels uncomfortable or uncertain. If your strategy involves others, like a team, clients, or even family, expect some pushback. What you can do. Clearly explain the why behind your strategy. People are more likely to support changes when they understand the purpose. Involve others in the process. Let them feel like collaborators, not bystanders. Be patient. Sometimes people need time to adjust. 2. Be resourceful with limited resources. Not having enough money, time, or help is a common hurdle, but limitations can inspire creativity. Tips for being resourceful. Focus on high-impact actions. Leverage technology. Use free or low-cost tools to save time and money. Ask for help. Reach out to mentors, friends, or even online communities for advice and support. Example: a startup with a tight budget might rely on social media marketing instead of expensive ad campaigns. 3. Adapt to external changes. No matter how well you plan, external factors can throw a wrench in your strategy. The key is staying flexible and proactive. How to adapt. Stay informed. Regularly monitor industry trends, economic shifts, or competitors. Have a plan B. Think ahead about how you could pivot if circumstances change. Act quickly. The sooner you respond to a challenge, the less impact it will have. 4. Combating fatigue and burnout. Long-term projects can feel like a grind, especially when progress seems slow. Burnout can make even simple tasks feel overwhelming. Preventing burnout. Break the work into smaller chunks and focus on one step at a time. Celebrate progress no matter how small. A sense of accomplishment keeps you motivated. Take breaks. Rest isn't a luxury, it's a necessity for long-term success. Turning failures into wins. Failure isn't the end of the road, it's part of the process. Many successful strategies were born out of early missteps. Steps to learn from failure. Reflect. What went wrong? Be honest and specific. Reframe. Instead of seeing failure as a loss, view it as a learning opportunity. Refocus. Apply what you've learned to improve your strategy moving forward. Real-world example. A strategic pivot. Think about companies like Netflix. They started as a DVD rental service, but when streaming technology took off, they shifted their strategy entirely. By embracing change instead of resisting it, they became industry leaders. Wrap up for Chapter 6. Challenges aren't roadblocks, they're stepping stones. By staying resilient, resourceful, and adaptable, you can turn setbacks into setups for success. In the next chapter, we'll look at real-world examples of strategic thinking in action with Chapter 7, Case Studies in Strategic Thinking. Chapter 7, Case Studies in Strategic Thinking. Now that we've explored the tools and techniques of strategic thinking, let's see how they play out in real-world scenarios. This chapter showcases examples of strategic decisions made by individuals and organizations, what we can learn from their successes and failures, and how to apply those lessons in your own life. Case Study 1. Apple's reinvention with the iPod. In the early 2000s, Apple was struggling. Its product line wasn't resonating with consumers, and the company's future looked uncertain. Enter the iPod, a device that didn't just play music, but revolutionized how people consumed it. Strategic insights, vision. Apple didn't just aim to sell a music player. They envisioned an ecosystem, iTunes plus iPod, that redefined convenience. Execution. They focused on simplicity, sleek design, and user-friendly functionality, setting them apart from competitors. Adaptability. Apple later expanded this strategy into the iPhone, further cementing its dominance. Takeaway. Sometimes the best strategy involves creating an experience rather than just a product. Think about how you can go beyond the obvious to offer something truly unique. Case Study 2. Netflix's shift from DVD rentals to streaming. Netflix began as a DVD rental service, competing with Blockbuster. But when streaming technology emerged, Netflix saw an opportunity and pivoted. The move was risky but transformed them into the entertainment giant they are today. Strategic insights. Forward thinking. Netflix anticipated industry changes and adapted before others did. Commitment to quality. They invested heavily in original content, making their platform indispensable. Calculated risk. The shift from DVDs to streaming alienated some existing customers, but the long-term payoff was worth it. Takeaway. Don't cling to old methods if the future demands change. Staying ahead of trends can set you apart. Case Study 3. Toyota's Lean Manufacturing System. Toyota revolutionized the automotive industry with its lean manufacturing system, emphasizing efficiency, quality, and adaptability. Strategic insights. Continuous improvement. The concept of Kaizen, ongoing improvement, encouraged employees to contribute ideas for better efficiency. Eliminating waste. Toyota identified and removed unnecessary steps in their processes, saving time and resources. Flexibility. They adjusted production based on demand, avoiding overproduction and maintaining agility. Takeaway. A strategy that prioritizes efficiency and input from all levels of your team can lead to long-term success. Case Study 4. J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter Empire. When J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter, she wasn't just creating a book series, she was building a brand. Rowling strategically expanded her stories into films, merchandise, and theme parks. Strategic insights. Understanding the audience. Rowling created relatable characters and a world that resonated deeply with readers. Expanding the vision. The books led to movies, which led to an entire franchise, making Harry Potter a cultural phenomenon. Staying true to the core. Despite its expansion, the brand remained focused on the original story's values and themes. Takeaway. A great strategy starts with knowing your audience and scaling your idea while staying true to your vision. Lessons from failure. Kodak's missed opportunity. While Kodak was once a leader in photography, the company failed to adapt to the digital revolution, even though they invented the first digital camera. They clung to their film-based business model, and competitors outpaced them. Strategic insights. Resistance to change. Kodak feared that embracing digital would cannibalize their core business. Missed vision. They underestimated how quickly digital photography would dominate the market. Lesson learned. The cost of inaction is often greater than the cost of trying and failing. Takeaway. Ignoring innovation and clinging to outdated strategies can lead to irrelevance. Embrace change, even if it feels risky. How to apply these lessons. Adaptability wins. Whether it's Apple, Netflix, or Toyota, successful strategies are flexible and forward-thinking. Be ready to pivot when necessary. Commit to excellence. Like Rowling and Toyota, focus on delivering quality, whether it's a product, service, or personal project. Learn from failure. Kodak's story is a reminder that every missed opportunity is a lesson. Stay curious and never stop evolving. Wrap up for Chapter 7. Strategic thinking isn't about perfection. It's about making informed decisions, adapting to challenges, and learning from experience. By studying these real-world examples, you can gain practical insights to refine your own strategies. In the next chapter, we'll focus on building your strategic thinking skills with practical exercises in Chapter 8. Developing your strategic thinking skills. Chapter 8. Developing your strategic thinking skills. Now that you've learned the principles and seen strategic thinking in action, it's time to sharpen your own skills. Strategic thinking isn't an innate talent. It's a skill you can build with deliberate effort and practice. This chapter will give you actionable exercises, tools, and resources to help you think more strategically every day. Step 1. Cultivate a strategic mindset. Strategic thinking starts with how you approach situations. A strategic mindset means being curious, proactive, and intentional about your decisions. How to build it. Ask big questions. Challenge yourself with questions like, what's my ultimate goal? What are the long-term consequences of this decision? How does this align with my overall vision? Practice patience. Strategic thinking is about the big picture, so avoid rushing into decisions. Take time to analyze and reflect. Embrace a problem-solving attitude. Instead of seeing obstacles as setbacks, View them as puzzles to solve. Step 2. Train yourself to think critically. Strategic thinking requires clear and logical analysis. It's about separating emotion from facts and making decisions based on evidence. Practical exercises. Daily reflection. Spend 5 to 10 minutes reviewing your day. Ask yourself, what decisions did I make? Were they reactive or strategic? How could I have approached them differently? Scenario analysis. Take a hypothetical problem and brainstorm multiple solutions. For example, if your company faced a budget cut, how would you reallocate resources? If your career hit a plateau, what steps could you take to reignite growth? Challenge your assumptions. For every decision, identify your assumptions and question them. This helps you avoid biases. Step 3. Build strategic habits. Great strategists rely on consistent habits to guide their thinking. Habits to develop. Stay informed. Regularly read books, articles, or news about your field. Understanding trends helps you anticipate changes. Set long-term goals. Write down your big picture objectives and review them monthly. Schedule thinking time. Block out time in your calendar to step back from day-to-day tasks and think about strategy. Step 4. Enhance your situational awareness. Strategic thinkers excel at understanding their environment and spotting opportunities or risks. How to improve this skill? Observe trends. Pay attention to patterns in your industry, workplace, or personal life. Ask for feedback. Get perspectives from colleagues, friends, or mentors to identify blind spots. Practice active listening. Listen carefully to what others are saying and not saying. This can reveal valuable insights. Step 5. Use strategic tools and frameworks. Tools can simplify complex problems and guide your thinking. Try these. SWOT analysis. Analyze strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats for any situation. Mind mapping. Visualize your ideas by creating a diagram of your thoughts and their connections. Decision matrices. Use a scoring system to compare options and choose the best one. Practical exercises for strategic thinking. Strategic journaling. Each week, write about a challenge you're facing. Break it down using the tools above. Reflect on what worked and what didn't. Role-playing scenarios. Imagine you're in someone else's shoes, a CEO, a coach, or even a competitor. How would they approach the situation differently? Reverse planning. Start with your end goal and work backward. Identify every step you'll need to get there. Resources for ongoing growth. To become a master of strategic thinking, commit to lifelong learning. Recommended books: The Art of War by Sun Tzu, Thinking, Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman, Good Strategy, Bad Strategy by Richard Rumelt. Online courses and tools. Strategic thinking courses on platforms like Coursera or Udemy. Apps like Evernote for organizing your thoughts. Workshops and communities. Attend industry conferences to hear from top strategists. Join mastermind groups to exchange ideas with like-minded individuals. Creating your personal development plan. Set specific goals. For example, I want to improve my ability to anticipate risks in business decisions. Identify action steps. Break down your goals into small, manageable tasks. Track your progress. Use a journal or app to monitor your growth over time. Reassess regularly. Adjust your plan as you learn and evolve. Wrap up for Chapter 8. Strategic thinking isn't a one-time effort. It's a lifelong journey of refinement and growth. By practicing these exercises, building strong habits, and seeking out resources, you'll develop the skills to approach any challenge with clarity and confidence. Finally, we'll tie everything together in the conclusion. Conclusion: the transformative power of strategic thinking. As we reach the end of this journey through the art of strategic thinking, it's time to reflect on what you've learned and how to apply it in your own life. Strategic thinking isn't just for CEOs or military leaders. It's a mindset that can benefit anyone. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a student, a professional, or someone simply looking to navigate life with greater purpose, strategic thinking offers a powerful framework for making better decisions, overcoming challenges, and achieving your goals. Key takeaways from the book. Strategic thinking is intentional. Strategic thinking isn't something that happens by accident. It's a deliberate practice that involves defining your vision, analyzing the situation, crafting a plan, and executing it with purpose. The more you cultivate it, the better you'll get at making choices that align with your long-term goals. Vision and flexibility go hand in hand. Having a clear vision is crucial, but being flexible enough to adapt your approach as new information emerges is just as important. Life doesn't always go according to plan, and being able to adjust when needed is the hallmark of a true strategist. Continuous learning is key. No one has all the answers. The best strategic thinkers are lifelong learners, constantly seeking new ideas, approaches, and perspectives. By staying curious, you'll stay ahead of the curve and become better equipped to handle whatever challenges come your way. The power of reflection. Reflecting on your decisions, both successes and failures, is essential for improvement. Learning from what worked and what didn't can help you refine your strategies and make more informed choices in the future. Final thoughts. Embrace strategic thinking in everyday life. Strategic thinking doesn't just belong in the boardroom. It's a tool that can elevate every aspect of your life. Whether you're planning a career move, starting a business, or simply making day-to-day decisions, applying strategic thinking will help you make more thoughtful, deliberate choices. Thank you for joining Pages to Prosperity on this journey through the art of strategic thinking. If you found value in this book, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment sharing one point that resonated with you. See you next time.